Coming up on today's episode of Airborne, was media the focus of the Ferguson, Missouri TFR? Happy birthday, Olivia Lockhart. Here's your pilot certificate. And the new president of the Aeronautical Repair Station Association looks to the future. Welcome to Airborne on Aero-TV. I'm Ashley Hale. The TFR established over Ferguson, Missouri in August that restricted flights and more than 37 square miles of airspace over the city appears to have been put in place, at least in part, to prevent the news media from flying helicopters over the area. That information was revealed by an unnamed FAA manager speaking during a recorded phone conversation obtained by the Associated Press. The manager said the St. Louis County Police Department admitted that they wanted to restrain media access to the airspace over downtown Ferguson, where the riots were occurring. In another recorded conversation, a manager at the Kansas City Center said that the police, quote, did not care if you ran commercial traffic through the TFR all day long. They didn't want the media in there, end quote. Other parts of the transcript seem to verify that the TFR was targeting media flights. In a statement, FAA Administrator Michael Huerta said the agency will always give top consideration to safety, but the agency, quote, cannot and will never exclusively ban media from covering an event of national significance, and media was never banned from covering the ongoing events in Ferguson in this case, end quote. On her 17th birthday of September 30th, Olivia Lockhart achieved more than one milestone in her young life. Along with turning 17, Olivia earned a private pilot certificate on her birthday, becoming one of only 367 young women under the age of 20 to hold a private pilot certificate. It's reported she took her check ride at the Montrose, Colorado airport. Her dad, John Lockhart, who is a commercial pilot and Olivia's primary flight instructor, said the examiner told him her flying was, quote, excellent, one of the best flight checks he had seen in a long time, end quote. Olivia began flying in a Cessna 182 Skylane, the plane she used for her practical test. She's logged more than 100 hours in the Skylane, and about 25 of them were flying solo. Reportedly, Olivia said she might pursue a career flying for FedEx or as an astronaut. She said, quote, it's a cool dream. After these messages, the Aeronautical Repair Station Association Board selects new officers.
ADS-B will be mandatory for most aircraft by 2020 in the United States, but you can benefit from ADS-B today with the Bendix King KT-74 Mode S transponder. The KT-74 meets the global mandates for ADS-B out when attached to a suitable WAAS GPS. Over the past 2 decades, no resource has compiled as much expert-valued information about the sport plane world than the Sport Plane Resource Guide. Over 1,500 pages, hundreds of aircraft, dozens of how-tos and directories. All this and more will be coming to the sport aviation world soon with the new, all-electronic and updatable Sport Plane Resource Guide for your iPad, iPhone, Kindle, tablet, PC, or other electronic devices. Get your order in now. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne, Aero-TV, or our website, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. Jim Perdue, Vice President and Manager of Sales for SONICO Incorporated in Moses Lake, Washington, was elected President of the Aeronautical Repair Station Association, known as ARSA's Board of Directors, at the group's annual meeting in Montreal last month. And ARSA board member since 2006, Perdue previously served as treasurer and then vice president. Outgoing President Gary Jordan will remain on the board. Gary Hudnall has risen from secretary to vice president, and Warner Calvo is the board's newest member and will act as the association's new secretary. Overall directorship on the 11-person board, which represents a broad range of international maintenance interests, will be unchanged for 2015. With around 2,000 Aero-TV programs webcast to cyberspace, it's fun to look back and enjoy the places we've seen, the pilots we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at one of our favorite Aero-TV classic episodes.
Well, there's a couple of different things that you can do to extend the life of your battery. First and foremost, if you're not flying a lot, you can take your battery out of the aircraft, make sure that it's fully charged, and store it in a cool, dry place. The one great thing about sealed lead-acid batteries is they discharge very slowly, and the cooler it is, the less they will discharge.
Concord Batteries tells us how a little love and care can extend the life of your aircraft's battery. Search expert advice from Concord Battery on Aero-TV's news channel. It appears the Blue Angels will have an opening on their schedule next year as the Evansville, Indiana Shriners Fest has pulled the plug on its Airshow. Tom Patton reports.
The cancellation is not just for 2015. The organizers of the event have determined that there will no longer be an air show associated with the event at all. The Navy's jet demonstration team was scheduled to perform at the 2015 Shriners Fest, but it's reported that officials said that a challenging economy over the past 3 years and the rising costs associated with putting on an air show forced them to make the decision to cancel because they were unsure they could raise the money. The Shriners said it was important that they keep their admission price at $5, and they would have to charge closer to $20 to be able to afford the Blue Angels. For Airborne, I'm Tom Patton.
When we come back, a Mike Alsbury Memorial Fund is established. Stay tuned.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Welcome back. A memorial fund established in memory of Mike Alsbury, who was fatally injured when Spaceship Two broke up during a test flight over the Mojave Desert last Friday, raised over $38,000 in the first day it was posted online. The website GoFundMe said that the fundraiser is being managed by Mike's friends and co-workers at Scaled Composites. This is the official site to help Mike's family with future expenses, and all donations will go to Mike's wife, Michelle. Mike also left 2 small children, ages 10 and 7. Contributions to the fund may be made anonymously, or you may give your name when you make a donation to the fund. As of yesterday, 649 donations had been received, and they're continuing to add up at a rapid pace. Some have donated as much as $2,000 to the fund. An F-35A engine fix is expected by the end of the year, according to Air Force Lieutenant General Christopher C. Bogdan, the head of the F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter Program Office. A design problem caused an F-35A engine to fail in June at Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. The engine failure and subsequent fire were the result of microfractures in one of 3 stage fan sections that compress air before it enters the engine. These sections are lined with a polyamide material that's designed to rub against the fan blades to reduce pressure loss. In this failure, the 3rd fan rubbed in excess of tolerance during maneuvers several weeks before the failure, causing the blades to fail. The fire led officials to ground the aircraft on July 3rd for fleet-wide engine inspections. The aircraft returned to limited flight on July 14th when no systemic issues were found. Bogdan said, quote, 2 short midterm fixes have already been validated, end quote. Women in Aviation International has big plans for 2015, and Dr. Peggy Chabrian, president of the organization, said that the year will focus on outreach to girls as young as 10, as well as to women worldwide. The annual WAI conference, being held on March 5th through the 7th in Dallas, Texas, will include dozens of educational, networking, and social sessions. And attendees will hear from women in top aerospace industry positions. Nearly 100 scholarships with a value of more than $500,000 will be awarded to WAI members. The conference will also include Girls in Aviation Day, where the daughters, nieces, friends, and neighbors of members are encouraged to register their girls ages 10 to 17 in an action-packed and educational day of learning of all aspects of aviation. EAA Women Venture 2015 will continue to grow and offer WAI-sponsored activities, and it will be followed by Girls in Aviation Day, which will be held in September. We at ANN will keep you posted on WAI activities throughout next year. Well, that's our program for Wednesday, November 5th. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember, Airborne is streamed 3 times a week and is always online. You can join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for a new episode. And remember, the next generation of Airborne will be unveiled right after New Year's. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.